What's up guys, the Jaitiy here and we are back with some Guilty Gear content, but not your typical ordinary Guilty Gear content on my channel. We're back now with some Guilty Gear discussion type videos, you feel me, like some conversation type videos, stuff that gets you thinking about the game and the current status of it. So recently, we just got, obviously, Guilty Gear just had its first character reveal for the first DLC character. And hold on, give me a second, I do not remember his name off the top of my head. All I know is it's a dude who slings an alien in a coffin, and I'm not gonna lie, the concept of that character is interesting. I'm just trying to get his name. His name is Gold Lewis Dixon.
Huh?
Gold Lewis Dickinson. I don't know who the hell came with this man's name, but fuck it, it's built different. But actually, the thing that I want to talk about isn't Gold Lewis. I'll do that in a different video. What I'm here to talk about is something my dog Jaitiy talked about. Now, I'll link his video in the description of him talking about it in his video on it, but basically, what Jaitiy was talking about in his video was, stop asking for Guilty Gear characters to get nerfed.
Damn nigga, why y'all just keep talking about nerfs all the time?
He's tired of Guilty Gear and other fighting games in general, but mainly about Guilty Gear right now because that's the game he's going the hardest in. He is tired of hearing about characters getting nerfed.
You won the match because you're so bad guy. They're just salty. It is what it is. They don't want to hear it, but I'm the one speaking it. Damn nigga!
People leaving the game because characters are broken, and basically the whole narrative of these certain characters in Guilty Gear are too strong and need to be nerfed. Now, to my dog Jaitiy's credit, he's a different breed. He's not your average fighting character. He puts a lot of time into labbing and really getting all aspects of a character down, and truly the characters that he struggles the most against, he will sit there and attack them in lab personally and the stuff that they do, and basically combat it and learn and basically get better at fighting them so that they're not annoying. Most people don't have that approach, myself included. I'm not claiming that I'm better. Most people's approach is, the character's too strong and I don't want to lab and get better at it. So what can I do? Ask the character to get nerfed. Very, not say reasonable, but typical response for somebody that doesn't want to learn and put time into getting better and beating that character. I understand that and I can feel it. For some characters in other fighting games, I am on that same trend of I don't feel like trying to get better than this character, because when I try it doesn't work. That character is actually busted. There's nothing I can do training wise to get better than that character. And I'm not saying, you know, some characters aren't legitimately broken. In other games, they need to be nerfed. In Guilty Gear, I don't feel like that. Characters are annoying as hell. You know, people did that. They would not they would not try to have as many characters nerfed as they are now. They would use that energy for maybe nerfing a truly broken character that does come out in this game. But I'm gonna hit a different approach. I'm gonna take a different stance. I thought about being petty and just being like, nah, don't nerf anybody. Or I thought about another approach of I could just say fuck it and nerf every character that I hate, but then I'd be feeding into that energy and supporting, which, you know, I'd obviously make it clear in that video that I was memeing, but then some people would legitimately take me seriously. So I'm gonna be more not devil's advocate, more supporting what he was going for in there. But instead of saying to go into lab and train, because I know people like me, they're not doing that shit. What I'm gonna say is, instead of nerfing, let's go with the opposite of a nerf. Let's buff, but not buff the characters that need to be nerfed. We're gonna buff everybody else. And what he kind of said in his video was not buffing, but more, let's bring everybody up to the same level as those characters.
What you need to be saying is that you want everyone to be on the same level as Soul Bad Guy. I don't want Guilty Gear Strive to pretty much take away any creativity or for any characters to be bad, because all that's really going to do, like, if Soul Bad Guy gets nerfed, right? All that's literally is going to do is make another character the next top tier.
And then instead of bringing them characters that are really high tier down, let's bring everybody else up. But he didn't necessarily say like to buff them, he just said to bring everybody up to that level. Because he said in his video, he used Soul as an example. He said Soul is playing Guilty Gear XR when every other character is playing Guilty Gear Strive. And if you don't get what that means, basically because I haven't even played X-Art. X-Art was a game where, you know, it was like leaps and bounds more broken characters in there, because he named a few in his video, and he's saying everybody else is playing Strive in a I guess an analogy slash simile way of saying they're not playing the same game he's playing. He's playing a game. He's a nigga using fight stick while I'm on the fucking PS4 controller. For the people who know fighting games, they're gonna understand what I'm saying about that. He's basically leaps and bounds in a league of his own, while everybody else is on a different scale, but some people are closer to his scale than others. Like, for example, somebody people would say is on that similar-ish level as May. Some people would say that on the far end of the spectrum, people like Giovanna, like Zato, characters that really, to the main community consensus, aren't really that great. They are good when you dedicate a lot of time and resources and learn them, but to the general person, they're gonna think they're basic and not really that great. I'm not saying there are bad or there are not any good Giovanna or Zato players, because I didn't play Fatso. I'm just saying, you know, to the average eye, they're not gonna look at them and think they're top tier. They're the Goku Blacks and the few Zamasus of this game, for a fighter's analogy. But basically, I would say buff aspects of other characters, like, because I have this mentality in fighters. Yes, you can nerf people, but you can nerf all the people you want. You're not gonna directly make my character better by nerfing others. You're just bringing everybody down to that character's level. Instead, in fighters, you don't ever really hear me saying nerf them unless I truly just hate fighting them and I'm using nerf as a way of just talking shit about the character, but I don't normally actually feel like that, because, you know, when UI Goku was a thing, everybody was like, nerf UI Goku. He was me playing UI Goku. I'm like, I play other UI Gokus that are better than me most of the time, and I'm like, nerf some things about him. I can see you saying that, but mainly most of the stuff is just you gotta play him enough and fight enough good ones to eventually start building that muscle memory to get good. That's my thing with fighters and fighting against in general. And he said it too, you fight enough of them, you go into the lab and practice those scenarios, you're gonna eventually start beating them. Most people don't want to do that, so they just say nerf them. I say buff the character you're playing. So for me, buff Giovanna so that she's eventually on the level of Soul, so that a Giovanna versus Soul isn't just gonna be a wash because Soul's spitting out damage that Giovanna can't even do. Give Giovanna what you're giving Soul, but don't just do it with Giovanna. Do it with everybody and bring them up to that level. And for the DLC characters, just immediately bring them on that level so that people can't complain. You gotta play Soul, May, or Ram to do it. No, you have options. You can truly play the character that you want to play, but instead of just focusing on the characters that are already top tier now, they're giving us options for new characters that everybody's gonna at least think about playing because they're new. And for the old ones, just buff and patches, buff them, give them more resources. Because one thing that everybody that plays Giovanna was saying at the beginning, and I don't know if they're still saying it now, but I think I do see some stuff about it still, they just wish Giovanna had more. She's a very bare bones character when you compare her to other people that have just these wacky abilities and stuff that they can do and call and summon stuff like that. And Giovanna just has very basic stuff. She doesn't really do anything with her dog. Wow, you have people like May who rides a dolphin and that does that dolphin riding move legitimately strikes fear into the heart of some people that fight against May. Like, it genuinely does. For Zato, he uses his puppet, I forgot his name, his shadow. I mean, he uses his shadow like a puppet and basically controls the fight. Characters have a lot of interesting things going on with them, and Giovanna in that aspect seems a little bland. They can add some stuff to make Giovanna feel more, you know, like a member of their cast and more well-rounded and stuff like that. I'm just using Gio for an example because she's like the most basic bare bones character that I can think of off the top of my head. Because everybody else you can say that about has interesting stuff like Axel. He has the ability to stop time. May has the dolphins that do stupid damage. Kai, he's kind of basic too, but he shoots lightning. Gio doesn't shoot anything. Soul, same thing, very basic but very strong, shoots fire. Just like naming some characters. every character normally has a unique thing about them that distinguishes them. And for Giovanni, the only thing you can really think about is when she has full bar, she goes into her mode where she does slight more damage. But to do any true hard pressing Geo combos, I'm pretty sure you're gonna eventually have to spend that bar. So you're not even gonna be in that mode permanently. It's only until you spend. It's only until you'll have to spend the Roman cancel on something or do a super or something like that. But that's basically my sense and my take on it. Just buff characters, but yes, please stop asking for nerfs, because sometimes you'll ask for nerfs and you'll get the nerf of the character you wanted, but you'll also see a nerf of your character and then you're like, well then I didn't like it now because they nerfed my character also, and I just want them to nerf one. You can't ask for a nerf, but then exclusively have your character not be touched, because some people could feel your character you play is annoying. Some people could be like, oh, you play Geo, but all you do with her is the one move, I forgot what the inputs are, but the move where she basically shoots across the screen. Or some people, when I play Geo, they're like, I just hate that move she does in midair where she flips over to the other side, because they hate trying to block it because they don't know what the hell to do. And I'm like, hey, look, I understand it, I feel it. But at the same time, if you play her against her enough, you're going to learn that she's going to the other side. I can Roman cancel in midair and switch it up, but you're not going to know that until after you see me Roman cancel. So, fuck with my dog Jaitiy's video, and that's all I got on this topic right now. So, just to bring it all to a close, stop asking for nerfs, ask for buffs, and stop being bitches. And I'll see y'all next video. Like the video, subscribe for new like content, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.